You're listening to WeP3 Radio, produced with the partnership of Reach Across America Radio, with the mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and to teach the future generations the value of freedom created by the men and women who have served our country. Currently playing on WeP3 Radio. Currently playing on WeP3 Radio, Matt Williams, Mountain. Hear the shock and awe on WeP3 Radio, where we are committed to giving a voice to those who have served as service members and first responders. Here, today's Heroes Hits, here on WeP3 Radio. Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it!
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
I was just getting my freak on. What'd you do to that music?
Whoa.
Mic drop.
No freak on. We not doing freak on.
Oh, I got freak on 24/7.
Yeah, I don't think we could even play that.
Probably not even on our nighttime show.
Let's go!
Who? I thought I said no toys for Peterson. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's grow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that one and say let's grow on it. Let's do it. Boom. All right, we're here. It's The eve, not the
Oh.
eve. What do you call the day after?
The aft eve.
Patriot Pride.
No, that's not it at all. You made that up. There's got to be.
That's the evening after, you silly.
The Super Bowl hangover.
We can't say that word, Jonathan. It's the soup or bowl.
That's what I said. It's the Cajun accent.
Did you feel any remnants or piece of or space of that thing being down in your space?
Possibly may have caused some issues with the internet being super shoddy last night. I don't normally have issues with internet.
When you say shoddy, is that also like a accent? Is that?
Yeah, it's like substituting an O for an I.
Yes.
D's for T's.
Is that really how that works? Is that? I don't know. Isn't shoddy SHOTTY?
ODDY. Shoddy.
Are we keeping you up, Miss Eichmann?
Don't you shod shoes? You take the dirty shoes off, put new ones on.
Oh, let's shed them. You shed shoes.
You
Shed shoes.
Those are shoes you wear in the shed.
And they sell sheep. See, I can't.
Is that the she shed or the he
They
shed?
sell
Or the
seashells over by the seashore.
She sure shells. Her shoes are hard to hear.
oh boy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think that's pretty. I mean, if you tried to get a motel, hotel, whatever they're calling it these days, room somewhere in the area, it would have.
Look at this guy
up
stepping
way more
in.
expensive.
Why are you? What, Jonathan? I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I said if you tried to get a motel or a hotel, it probably would have been way more expensive. But that's got to be it.
Yeah. Patriot
Not
Pride.
too much
brother.
of that
Patriot
coming
Pride.
down here.
Amanda Higgins. Good to see you, dear.
Yeah.
Are you really there? It doesn't spread out down. I don't know. You know, it wasn't too long ago that thing was in Minneapolis, but of course I have a place to live. I don't have to worry about finding a place. But you would think that would be within the hundreds of miles of hotel rooms not being able to accommodate. But let's face it, that event has taken place down in New Orleans 11 times. It's now in the record books, tied for first time. The other one must be what?
I think as a we'll call it a city thing, but I think as a state and as a city, we do a really good job of hosting events like that.
Oh, absolutely. And the place and time is right. I mean, you don't need an outdoor stadium, but I mean, that if you needed an outdoor, you don't need it. But I mean, I agree. I think that is a town and a community that does put on a good show, and I think all the things that are needed are there. And
yeah.
So,
do you think Minnesota won't get it? Like Lambeau Field is an amazing field too. Do we just not get it as often because you freeze your tatas at this time of the year?
what is the definition of that you just said?
Anything
that's one of the mother. It's an accent thing, Mark. You take that.
Hotty twatty. Yeah. It just dawned on me as you were talking about stadiums. Like, why wouldn't you have it in a nice warm place, a place way down yonder where, like, Dallas will get snow, gets a little chilly there, but very, 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 very rarely will Jonathan's neck of the woods be cold and snowy.
I mean, is it more than a week now? 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ish. We had 8 inches of snow on the ground. Now it's 80. So yeah, there's that.
See,
I won't remember the exact date we had the meeting, but we have an individual that is in our network now that worked that event. Like, he's not a concessionaire. I mean, this guy is doing production, and the night of the meeting, it was right after your guys' snow, and his comments were, we're 10 days behind schedule because I don't know how to get the snow off the roof. And I'm just like, I bet you didn't plan for this. And how do you plan for that? And when do you plan for that? And so, I mean, as far as I can tell, everything went off pretty good. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of.
I did see one thing that caused, and I don't argue with people on Facebook, but I did see something today that caused a little internal debate in my soul.
Right.
Somebody said that the Super Bowl performance of the national anthem last night was the best one they had ever seen, and I was
no.
You must have not watched the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I don't know.
Is it bad if I
ask? It was
ask?
Really good. Don't even. It was the dude did a great job. He really did.
Who was it this time? I don't even know.
It would be I'm terrible with names. I don't even remember who you are half the time. But he's a New Orleans guy. Bunch of Grammys. Really, really beautiful voice.
New Orleans
skills.
Like country?
No. It was.
It just wasn't that raw emotion that you got when you heard
John Batiste.
Thank you. I don't know. There was something about that other guy's performance that just topped it off for me.
I saw part of it, and I guess I didn't see the whole thing. I can't be a critic. I don't know what's going on. Thanks, Steven. Yep, we got it. And again, will we ever have another halftime show without controversy?
Was there controversy last night?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, there were some axes to grind, and he grinds his axes, and he has no problem going after. So Kendrick Lamar did the halftime show. He brought some flavors, and he did bring his digs. But here's the other question: will we ever? Because I've absolutely heard nothing positive about the halftime show. That's everywhere. I'm okay because I'm not. I didn't watch it. B, good job for being in the space that the world says it's time. Now I do know he just won a ton of Grammys, and so I mean, clearly he's doing his job he's supposed to be doing in that realm. Good for you. You get the Super Bowl. Will we ever be satisfied with the person that does the Super Bowl halftime? Will we ever be satisfied with the person that we pick from here on out?
Okay, I'm just looking, and I didn't watch. I don't know. I don't really care. But so in the write-up, it says Lamar delivered a coordinated, clear message against anti-Black hate and violence. And I'm not against that. There's so many other haters of everything out there. It seems like it's very targeted to that. Like we got some anti-Semitism coming on. Thank you, Amanda. That's why I'm Googling everything as these guys talk. I don't know anything either. But you know what I mean?
Yes,
like
it was.
Isn't
it
there
was yesterday?
There's all kinds of other hate out there. Do we have to focus
There
on
is.
them? Why don't we focus on let's love each other? Let's not.
Is it time to bring up with people back to the Super Bowl and let them do the halftime show and not do these big acts and just let Up With People do it? I mean, did you guys ever see Up With People back in the day?
How old are you?
Yeah, you went with back in the day, and I'm out.
I had in high school some of the Up With People came through Cody, and I had one of their acts. They would always stay with host families, and One of them stayed with us, and it was, but what a corny life, and you're up with people. Yeah, craziness.
Is that like a group or what's up with people?
It was a traveling music kind of collage group. I mean, they would put all kinds of it, dancing, singing, musicians. It was a traveling. It's kind of like a circus, to be honest with you. But it was just entertaining. I mean, literally a circus, but no animals. It was animal friendly. Might have been a couple. Never mind. I'll stay out of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? That was me being mean. I was mean for a second. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't care. Here's the deal. There's a lot of stuff in the news that we'd like to talk about, reminisce about. Again, whether you like him or not, doesn't matter. First time in the history. Gabriel Rand, just saw you, brother. Just saw you last Friday with that Adam Bird. You guys were cute together. I liked it. And Adam Bird gave me a call today. Boom. Cody, Wyoming. Heaven on earth. You're not wrong, brother. Speak it again. We had to put that on the screen because everyone needs to know the truth.
You know better than that. Come on. You can't just go firing guns in the rivers.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
I've never been to Cody, Wyoming, but it sounds like a place where it gets pretty cold, and I'm not down with that junk.
Sounds like that too, yeah.
Yeah.
You're speaking ignorance right now, Jonathan. I'm sorry. It is the land of sky blue waters, and
I'm certain it is. Whenever there's not 12 inches of snow on the ground.
There are natural hot springs in Cody, Wyoming, so it doesn't matter. You just go to the river and jump in at any time of year. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Can I work from there?
Can you work from there? It's a long commute if you go
from there. Wi-Fi, internet connection, place to plug in my laptop.
All those things, yeah. All things.
I might like Cody, Wyoming.
Yep. No, I mean it's not as warm as down in Louisiana. So.
Oh, it ain't got to be that warm. I'll take somewhere between. You know.
It's
area.
It's up there, but the air's different up there. I love that spot. I just had a stroke on live TV.
I love that.
Right. Right.
What is going on, Peterson? Okay, just for everyone who's here right now, let me just tell you, we're up to our debrief. Why do we do this? Yeah. We're up to our debrief, right? We're here to let you know all these fun things that we've been up to. Really, I mean, we haven't been up to any football, but we watched some of us the past weeks, and then we share what others are doing to help the cause. Our guests were sprinkled a little more thin last night, and I'm not trying to be jealous. If someone is making really good commercials, we might have to up our game, though I haven't seen any of those commercials yet. We might have to up our game, but thank you to all those who were here, who dropped in, who said hi, who asked questions, who shared things. We appreciate that a ton. Brian Kenzer, thanks much for all of the sponsorship, the camaraderie, the joining in. Thank you to Derek Iozio and his Catch 22 group, the Boho Hobos Hideaway. Hey, Contagion Effect. Hope all is going well. And then Operation Texas Strong. It's been a while. Thank you all for being here. If you ever miss a show, you can watch 2 in a night. You can watch one and listen to one, because our podcast version from the week before, it airs again on every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time on the Reads Across America radio station. So you can find that on, you can find it on Odyssey, you can find it on iHeartRadio, and you can find it on TuneIn. Just search Wreath. You'll find it. I mean, type in Reads Across America if you want to. You surely can, and you'll find it. Stephen Cade, it was better than the Super Bowl. Thank you. We do compete well. We really do. Dylan Petrie, good to see you, dude. What you? It's been a minute. We need to get him back in the circle. Yeah, so you know what? We know why we get to do this. We'd like to thank the members, the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, families, lives to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do daily. We probably wouldn't be here without those who have protected our communities, those who have protected our country, and others. I got so many things in my head right now. I feel like I have to citation everything because I just got done doing citations with the kids who couldn't keep up and didn't have their stuff turned in. So we had a mad lesson after school about how you put citations in. Citation, Mark E. Peterson. There you go.
Oof. Oof.
I don't want to go to plagiarism jail.
To have to learn me that one.
Well, I don't want you going to plagiarism jail either, Jonathan. I love when kids do ask, usually off to the side, is there really a jail for that, Mrs. Eichmann? Yeah. And then I got to tell them a story about the lady who was downloading music from, was it YouTube? Or I think it was YouTube. Because I honestly used to teach kids to download the music using one of those converters. And then we did a live, a personal story, personal narrative, but we did it, with music and stuff. And then I heard about this woman who was actually in court fighting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stealing music, pirating music. And they're like, this is plagiarism. And I was like, oh my gosh, there actually is a jail. And, if people have time to worry about you stealing their words, then yes. Yes.
Jeez.
Facebook clearly has that time because we get it all the time.
So yesterday, just to raise controversy and poke the bear a little bit, we had a good friend ask us, hey, who you watching for the Super Bowl? Are you watching the Super Bowl or the Super whatever? And who you rooting for? And of course, we go head to head because we got that kind of clout. We got it. We had probably close to the same numbers as they did in watching. Pretty close. And I said in the post, because it's someone in our network, watching, we got your 6 at 6 and rooting for all our veterans and first responders. While the rest of the 90% of our country selfishly enjoys a multi-million-dollar industry that drives up costs with their million-dollar commercials and inflated salaries to entertain, while our men and women stand guard for your safety and security, and while America stands at the top of the child slavery, sex trafficking, not only to be at a universal level, but celebrates today as their holiday. Have fun and enjoy. And Patriot Pride. That it disgusts me. It is what it is. I am hoping with some of the things that are being, we'll call it right fitted right now. And again, I'm not a super fan of all the pieces, but it sounds like some good things are happening. And I know some people are going to argue that, and that's okay. Let's argue. Let's have a conversation. I get it. It's tough because this is that fine line that we never cross, and we may straddle a little bit, but I hope that the child slavery and sex trafficking is top of the list of shit that gets fixed during this whole thing. I hope we start burning some people down. That's my truth. If you are hurting and harming people, you need to be hurt and harmed. I'm just going to say it. It's probably have someone knocking on my door to say, hey, you got any of those bang bangs in here? It sounds like you're being unsafe. No, I'm not going to go out and do any of that, but it's time. It's time. We need to hold people accountable. And if there is bona fide proof, it can't be a he say, she say thing. There's got to be a visual on it. Sadly and unfortunately, and whatever. So again, boom, event yesterday. But we're here. This is what we do. This is what our debrief is about. What is the People's Patriot Project doing? We're making a difference. We're getting stuff done. We, as Ms. Eichmann said, know why we get to do this. And another message, and even last night at the end of our show, the conversation is we need to, instead of finding reasons to divide, and there's a plethora of reasons to divide our country, with race, gender, ideology, religion, all these things have a little crevice, a little crack that divides us, all of it. And then we got these big ravines of, okay, well, I don't believe in that, and I'm not going to entertain that, and it is what it is. But we need to find a way to be at the table, all of us, everyone, every single person with a beating heart. And if you don't have a beating heart and you can find your way to the table, we'll entertain that conversation too. But we've got to figure out those pieces. That's what we do. So I suppose it's my turn to talk about our guests.
You should probably talk about our guests.
Yeah. I should probably pull up the notes as well because I did have it up. I was just behind 18 other tabs that I have up as well. Last night it was an endearing conversation. We had Mike Beyer from Operation Song. We're baffled. I shared with them our baffledness, especially in the course of the stuff that we've done. They're housed out of Nashville, and they just put all the songwriters together in the same space. And it's just intriguing that we've not crossed paths with Mike. It's taken a minute to get them onto our show, and I'm glad we did. And there is, I wouldn't call it miscommunication, just kind of learning who each and all of us do, and that's a building relationship every time we do this. They work and deal with musicians as well, and wanted to know, well, okay, well, I see you do musicians, and then we'd already booked them, and I go, there's some talk. Should we bring in a musician? Well, we'll work on bringing musicians, but we have our own musician right now. We'll work through it, and it was really cool because the musician we had on last night had connection after connection after connection with Mr. Beyer and Operation Song, and it was really, really cool. And then because it worked and it fit, and he was talking about a song that he had created with a conversation about him and his son. And we did a quick search, pulled it up, and asked him if it was okay to play it last night. This actually is part of the music thing, but it was an absolute awesome, endearing song about his relationship with his son. And he got into the conversation about how there was a time where he didn't want to wear his uniform anymore because he was pretty much done with the Army and didn't like some of the things. And I get it. I've been there and I was in that space. But then we get to a space where my service meant a lot more than my relationship with the Army. I mean, there's some things that went completely wrong in regards to some paperwork and stuff with the Army. And I'm not happy, but it is what it is. Well, those conversations were happening with Mr. Beyer, and he was done. But then we got to load up his song and play with about his son, and it was good. He says there's a better version. I don't know if I want a better version. I like that version, but he did send a link to us about the version that he wants us to hear, and so we'll probably get both of them up on to WeP3 Radio, and well, he said that he's interested in building a relationship with us and doing more for veterans and first responders. Yeah. No. Jonathan.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
I don't know, man. Like my internet connection's solid, but for some reason my studio connection's shoddy. So we had Steve Wilson on last night. He's been on here before, right?
Mm-hmm. He has.
Must have been before my time, but man, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it very much. I had some bad internet issues as well last night, so I stayed in the back of the studio listening and kind of keeping up with everything that was going on. But great show. Steve had a lot of words to share. His music is where he's comfortable, but he also shared a lot of thoughts about how songwriting was so important and how even among songwriters, it sometimes takes certain people to get those certain words out, to take a thought from someone and turn it into a song. He comes from Operation Encore, and actually his the first song that he sang or that we played last night from him was written. It's on the, I want to say, no, there's a different song, but he wrote this one at a retreat with a whole bunch of other veterans. I think that didn't happen a whole very long time ago. We've had several people roll through here that were at that retreat down in Georgia, I believe. The song was titled "Let It Burn," and Steve says this song reminds him that it's not about what's wrong with the past. It's only about what has happened in the past. And once again, it's a matter of perspective that can change the entire outlook of it. The second song we heard was titled "The Words." This particular one, he says, is one of his favorites. It's mostly autobiographical song about him. This is the one I was thinking about. It says you can find it on the second Operation Encore album. And the idea is everyone knows the words to their favorite song, right? So it's all about the words. And the last song we got from Steve was actually the first song he ever did with Operation Encore, and it's called "Cold Steel Rain." And this particular song was written from the perspective of a deployed infantryman who couldn't reach anyone back home. And as the song was playing, in the comments, he wrote, coming from an instrument's perspective, you could about imagine what cold steel rain actually is. So that all of the songs, great music, great conversation with Steve last night. He's another one that just seems like he's ready to get in and get his feet dirty, get his hands dirty, and stay with the mission, you know.
Which song do you think we should end our show with today?
I'm going to struggle with this because I liked all of them, but I think "Cold Steel Rain" was probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, let's not forget our guests coming up. First, let me say, Wreaths Across America, you guys, it's not just about Christmas wreaths, okay? It's about wreaths any time of the year. I challenge you to sponsor one wreath a month. Can you do it? We're already in month 2, almost halfway through. $17. Can you do it once a month? Boom. And maybe not even pick the same cemetery every time. If you like, I run the one up here, so I would just pick Fort Snelling because we need a lot of wreaths. And then I also sent one to the Punch Bowl out in Hawaii because my uncle is there. But what about just picking one and sending one a month? Can you imagine? You'd only be at 11. I can't do that math. I don't know that math. I'm going to say it's not 100.
12.
What math are you looking at doing?
I think
$17.
she said it was 11, and I'm like, one a month's 12. So obviously, we know you're not going to be able to do the math.
It's going to be $187, right? Total?
Oh,
Gotcha. That
way
wasn't
better
my
at that than I am.
something like that. Anyway, we're always
ending with 7. It's got to end with a 4 because 2 times 7 is 4, right?
no 17.
Oh, you were going with the 11. You were
11
going with
times, yeah. So it's just 17, so 187.
Yeah.
Stack them up, carry the one. There's no ones to carry.
I mean, it's
Gotcha.
how many fancy coffees do you drink, and is it worth it? I mean, I'm not a good commercial for this. I know it's important. It is the feel-good mission. It is the piece that we need to honor, remember, and teach about what the men and women of our country have done. It's the right message. It really is. We spend money on way worse crap than taking care of our veterans and first responders. There's another conversation I'd like to have too, but it's not time and place. We gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Okay, so my real message was watch next weekend. We'll be meeting these guys tomorrow night before we go live on Sunday. We've got authors Rob Sarver and Alex Genzier, and they are going to talk about their book, Warrior to Civilian, the Field Manual for the Hero's Journey. These are so Rob is a Navy SEAL, and Alex is an attorney who has always had an affinity for those who have served, and they bring some serious, like, let's make life work. And then we're going to have music from returning guest Brooks Herring on Sunday night. Gosh, so good music. So make sure you pop in 1800. I mean, it's not like there's anything competing with us. I mean, we got a couple of friends that they want to have their shows on Sunday nights too. And that happens because there's only 7 days and there's a lot of friends out there. But come stop in, see these guys, listen to, they're going to share their story a little bit. We've got some directed questions for them already. So come and visit on Sunday evening, February 16th at 1800 Central Time, and catch these guys.
Hey, have you talked to their handler and how we're supposed to communicate with them on the day? Like, yeah. I was just going to send a text to them just now, and I don't have that information. But
no, I haven't talked to her. We're going to talk to her about that tomorrow.
Okay.
When they're here. I think
they'll be here. They're going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. So that will be them. And then Brooks. Yeah, Brooks's number.
Yeah, it's in there.
Too bad they didn't write their book. Yeah, right. Frank, hindsight is so helpful, but not really. Dang it. How's it going? Frank, did you watch a little football last night? I watched very little, just for the record.
We have some monster stuff in the works right now. I wish it would have happened 5 years ago, but you know what? The good news is I have. Frank, we can't say that, man. There just recently was one. Can't say that one. We got to be sensitive. Monster stuff going on, and I wish we didn't have to be so covert about it, but I am 100% anti over-promising and under-delivering. I hate it. I hate delivering some of the information to even the people, Jonathan and Andrea, because we talk a big talk there all week long, and we got these people that are going to do this and that, and then next thing you know, we're backtracking and we're trying to figure out how to get it all put back together. And it's I love what we're doing, and I can praise the WeP3 team and our supporters and the fact that yes, we throw a lot of stuff against the wall, and yes, we do chase some shiny things, but we've done an amazing, great job of not overextending ourselves as much as we want to. We get asks that we can't fully engage in. If you know people that need help and support, let us know, and we will definitely. There's not an ask that we haven't fulfilled that wasn't like vetted properly and everything went down to the right. We just recently had an ask, and I don't know, it was too watery in the sense of they didn't give us the exact information. I hope they get back to us. We put the question back into them and said, what is your specific need? It can't be, and let people know that if they have a need, don't hide behind it. Don't be afraid. It's real. It does have to be vetted. We have some people step into our space and haven't always been truthful about some stuff. And we hate being that person. And the other thing is, if we had it, we would give it, and we do give it. We give it all. But if we had it, we would help everyone that came to our door. We really would. I mean, I'm the one that usually says it, but I mean, if we had a dime every time we said, if we had it, we'd have done it, regardless of the limitations and the maybe not accurate information. Sometimes people just need a little nudge and a little cuddle and a little let's move on together kind of conversation. But we do have people that are constantly asking, and we are doing the best we can to accommodate all their asks. We need you, brothers and sisters, too. If it's within your means, make a donation to the People's Patriot Project. We very rarely put out a campaign to raise funds. We do use some grants. We do. We've got Brian Kinzer and his amazing program that supports us a little bit. We've got our events when we put them on, but there is a constant need, and there is no finish line of what we're trying to get done. We are on a journey, and this journey is going to go for forever, or as long as there's air in my lungs and Andrea's lungs and Jonathan's lungs, which I hope is a very long time. And
lost him.
Yeah, I lost him again. It is what it is. But so, big, gigantic stuff in the works right now. And I know we say that a lot, and we gotta
there'll
get the
be
right
more
people
coming.
in the right place. Yeah,
There'll be more coming. It's growing in the moment, and we'll have at least some dates and some names soon and very soon. Because we have a location, but we'll put that out with dates and names.
Yeah, we got a
All
location.
right. We decided on a song, right?
We did. We decided on a song, and I got to get in here, and our list is, now I got to remember.
Uh-oh.
Was it? No, I don't. Was it Let It Burn, or was it Cold Still Rain?
Cold Still Rain.
All right. What else we got? I see notes. I see stuff. You did all that. Okay. All right. This is, I'll never be able to say this name again in the right context ever. This is Steve D. Wilson.
D is for hottie.
He did say the D's got to go in the middle. That's where. This is Steve D. Wilson and Cold Still Rain. Patriot Pride.
Peace out.
I've been impatiently waiting and painfully aware that my heart continues beating, but my lungs can't find the air. I wrap my empty arms arms around me to hold what's left inside. It's like the world has torn me open and cast my soul aside. And the cold steel rain falling from the sky can't get through to you, but I'll never let go. There's a ball and chain pulling me down. I reach for the surface, but I don't know where to go. Baby, all this time you've always had the best of me. I wish I knew the way to give you all the rest of me. And underneath the cold steel rain, you walk away. So now you're picking up the pieces of the mess I left behind, and your eyes can't hide the damage that you try so hard to hide. You wrap your empty arms around you and wince against the pain, and in your heart you make a promise that you know you're gonna break again. And the cold steel rain falling from the sky can't get through to you, but I'll never let go. Like a ball and chain pulling me down. I reach for the surface, but I don't know where to go. Baby, all this time you've always had the best of me. I wish I knew the way to give you all the rest of me. And underneath the cold steel rain, you walk away. And as the rain comes down, the world looks all brand new. And as the rain comes down, I wanna wash your pain away. And as the rain comes down, and let it take the pain from you. And the cold steel rain falling from the sky, I can't get through to you, but I'll never let go. Like a ball and chain pulling me down. I reach for the surface, but I don't know where to go. Baby, all this time you've always had the best of me. I wish I knew the way